Right, welcome to Lost in the Lakes how to. So as you might have seen in the other videos that I've done, this pole on the Enan, which I've got second-hand, this shock cord has come loose, so when you try and put this all together, it gets baggy. So you can see there, you're sort of trying to push it together. And it goes together about then, and then about there, and then you have to thread this last bit on, which is an absolute pain. So I've decided I'm going to put a new shock cord in. This one's decided to be bigger than this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the length of this shock cord here up against the pole, and then hopefully cut it a little bit shorter, or at least tie knots, and then hopefully it pulls it all together. So we've got to remember which way these poles went on. So I'm just going to line them all up here and then thread it through, and hopefully the job's a good one. So there's the top bit. Obviously you're only doing this when the shock cord's loose, so these things come out quite easy. I'm just going to put these poles next to each other here. So they're all in line. This is important because some of these poles are pre-bent, this one here, so they're not all the same. And we're like that. Okay, so this thing has got no elastine in it, whereas this, there you go. So first things first, I'm going to copy what Hileberg have done, tying a knot here. Tie this end through, and for me I'm going to do a reef knot, just because I know that knot. Right, let's find the end of this shock cord. This one here I've got 3mm shock cord, so it should work. I went on the Hileberg website just to have a look to see what size shock cord they use, and it said 3mm. So I'll thread this one through, remembering where the extended bit is at. For the last one, just feeding that into there, or for the last bit, and then trying to get that pulled onto there. That's that done. Rinse and repeat for the next one. In fact, probably get two going together here, or two or three. Get that thread through there. Next one. And the next one. It's just getting a bit awkward now, so I'm gonna feed these down to the end of this cord. I don't have to pull it tight just yet. These are the 9mm poles, so the 3mm cord goes in quite easy. I haven't looked at the 10mm poles simply because I don't have any. And I don't need to change the ones in my solo. Okay, so that's them kind of all together. Please ignore these things for the dog. She likes to play with them. Right. Let's get all these together. Just keep attention on that, and it should hear them all snapping together. And you kind of know what sort of tension you need. You don't want it over tight, but we've got lots to play with here. So I think I'm just sort of playing with the tension, sort of tighten it up, then pull that last pole out and just feel maybe a bit less than that. Yeah, because you still want them to snap together. Keep hold of the tension. Probably better off pre-cutting this. There's a lot going on today. It's Saturday in Keswick, and it's a bank holiday, summer bank holiday, so there's helicopters and all sorts. Right, so let's get a reef knot on this. Again, just keeping the tension on it. Bear in mind, this is the first time I've done this, so you know, it should be fairly easy for someone to do. And then just tuck that spare bit of shock cord in there, and there we go. One shock cord put in, one pole. Now obviously if you've got solo or anything like that has 3 poles, it's just a case of rinse and repeat. There we go. No problem with the poles popping out. So the reason why I changed it, obviously with the faff on the hill, and when you're threading this through, the last one had a tendency to come out like that, but with these now, with the shock cord like that, it's much better. Right, that's Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.